Hey guys, it's P. Gamboa here, and today I'll be installing the new Chevy Performance cold air intake into my 2016 Chevy Silverado 1500 LT. I picked this up from a local member here, part number 84016022, and I'll be showing you guys how to install it. So a few tools you'll need for this install. You'll need a 10mm and 8mm socket. Your 10mm socket will be for the bolts that hold the top cover onto your airbox assembly. Phillips head screwdriver, that'll be used for your bolts for your mass airflow sensor bracket attachment. The 8mm socket will be used for the hose clamp bolts. You could also use a flathead if you need that instead. There's some bolts on the inside of the box. We'll take a look at what will be needed for those. And we'll take a look here. This kit was actually already assembled, so the hose, the T-fitting, along with the foam, I believe these come separate, so you actually have to attach those, and then your hose clamp. So this was already put together, but I just wanted to give you a quick overview of what all is included and the process for installing it. Alright guys, the instructions do say that before you get started that you should disconnect the negative terminal on the battery. So I've already done that, so I'm going to be following the instructions and disconnect that battery. Next step is to remove the PCV tube from the driver's side, and it looks like there is a button down here you can press, and that releases the tube just like so. And that would be the driver's side. Next, it says to loosen the bolts for the hose clamps. And remove the top cover there. Next, you want to remove the two screws on the mass airflow sensor. The two screws are a Torx T15 driver. And pull the mass airflow sensor out. Once you've got the mass airflow sensor taken off, you then need to remove the electrical connections. There is a red tab on here, so when you see a red tab, make sure you push that up. It's a safety tab, and then deep press and remove that connector. Next, you want to pull up the air filter box, and it just pops out. Like so. The box is held on by these plastic retainer clips, so just go and pop that out. No need to remove the top cover. Next thing you're going to want to do is insert your new air cleaner box, or air filter box. Notice you've got these plastic retention tabs at the bottom. You want to make sure those get lined up down in the cavities below. Give it a good push down to make sure those lock. like so. Next step on the instructions is to install your air filter into the box. And using your 8mm socket, tighten the hose clamp. Next, you want to install your top clear cover. Make sure that the front arrow is facing towards the front of the vehicle. This does go in a certain orientation. Using a 10mm socket, install your four bolts. Next, you want to reinstall your mass airflow sensor. This does go in only one way. It does have an orientation there. You just take note that the opening of the sensor is facing towards the air filter there. And reinstall with the same Torx T15 bolts. Next, you want to reconnect your mass airflow sensor electrical connector. You hear a click, push the red lever down. That's your safety tab. Next, we're going to install the coupler that goes on to the tube assembly. I like to have the hose clamp bolts closest to me for easier access later. Also, there's a notch on the tube here that you want to make sure you line up to the notch that's on the other end of the assembly here. The next step here is to install the throttle body coupler to your tube. Mine was already installed, so we'll go ahead and get the tube installed now. Next, you want to get your hose and fittings attachments put together here. There's a T fitting here and your short hose. You've got two sizes of hoses here. You've got the longer hose that goes from the inlet there to the driver's side, and then the shorter hose that goes to the passenger side. So if you have trouble getting those in, I just use a little bit of dish soap to get that in there, or a silicone lubricant. And same thing here for this here. So you just insert that down below. And insert your fittings like so. The kit does come with a nice metal badge here that says performance on it, as well as your carb emission sticker. I don't know if I'm going to put those on yet, but you can, or in some states you may have to, so just wanted to show that to you there. I'm going to go ahead and reconnect the negative terminal of the battery, and then we'll get this truck started. Well, there you have it, folks. The Chevy Performance Cold Air Intake by GM, part number 84016022, installed in my 2016 Chevy Silverado 1500 LT 5.3 liter. Thanks guys for watching. If you like this video, please be sure to subscribe and take a look at the other videos I've got on the Silverado. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one. See ya.